We only know about this meeting because there was a photograph. It was published exclusive in the Mail on Sunday at the weekend. The meeting was on the Wednesday, and then it was published on the... Oh, there was several photos, but one of them on the balcony between the three communications officers. There's the inevitable question, was this leaked? Did either side want this to come into the public realm, or was this good journalism? Is it in anyone's interests for this photo to be published?
It's really difficult to work that one out because it doesn't particularly seem in the interests of either of them for this to come out. And I think that if Harry's, both sides deny it.
Both sides have said, not officially with any statement, but they're telling us we didn't leak it.
Yeah, and I know Tobin Andre well, and I know Liam Maguire well, and neither of them strike me as the sort of person who would do that. And if and it's certainly not Buckingham Palace style to do that sort of thing. But if Harry's side leaked it, and Buckingham Palace knows it's not themselves, therefore it must be Harry's side. Buckingham Palace work it out straight away, and that would immediately destroy relations. So surely Harry's side are smart enough to realise that. So it's a puzzle. There's a very Machiavellian theory, which is that actually Buckingham Palace leaked it, knowing that everyone would blame Harry. I'm not sure I buy that, but it's a good theory. The other theory is they jointly leaked it. They both decided it would be good for the world to know that we're making an effort, and we'll both deny it and we both leak it. It's a possibility. Not sure. It could also be good journalism. You have to look at who wrote the story, and very importantly, who took the pictures. The pictures were taken by a Fleet Street veteran called Steve Burton, known amongst his colleagues as the Beast. And interesting, what no one points out is that the balcony shot was from the back of this club, the Royal Overseas Club, taken from Green Park. The pictures of Meredith Mains getting into a taxi were taken from the front of the club, a good 5 or 10 minute walk away on St James's Street. So assuming it's the same photographer, which it seems to have been, you must have run from one side to the other to get them both. I mean, I don't know what this means, but it's intriguing.
Well, everyone loves a conspiracy, particularly when it's involving Harry, Meghan and the royal family. And
the other element of the conspiracy is that it was Tobin who suggested they go out on the balcony. He thought it might be better for not being overheard
on the balcony, but of course they were then spotted.
And it was Liam Maguire who spotted the photographer taking the pictures.
There's some interesting dynamics when you analyse the photo, aren't there? Because Tobin Andre turns up with a bottle of wine from...
As soon as headlines about Prince Harry's supposed peace talks with King Charles and Prince William broke, the royal rumour mill lit up. Who leaked it? Why now? And, perhaps most tellingly, who stood to benefit? According to royal correspondent Valentine Low, the theories are endless, but one stands out as the most plausible. And if he's right, it says everything about the current state of the House of Windsor and the people trying to get back inside. Let's be honest. When any royal information gets out, especially something sensitive, the fingers almost always point to Team Sussex. Harry has a history of publicly disclosing private conversations. From Oprah to Spare to Netflix, he spilled every ounce of royal tea he could squeeze out. So when whispers of peace talks surfaced, many assumed Meghan or Harry themselves were quietly planting the story to boost their image.
Favourite Berry brothers and Rudd, apparently as a gift. They then sit out on the balcony. They are then photographed there. It doesn't appear to play in anyone's favour because if you're going to start these talks, you want them to be going on privately before any progress is made. But on the other hand, if you try and think, well, does it look bad for them? No, it doesn't look bad for either side, does it? Because it looks like the king is trying to make overtures towards his youngest son, and that's a positive step. And for Harry and Meghan, well, it looks like they are starting to be brought back into the fold. That's no bad thing in terms of their reputation either.
Well, if we're getting into conspiracies, and we've gone quite deep into some great ideas here, but it benefits Harry and Meghan because if the palace say, no, we're not going to reconcile, it shows that Harry has made a huge effort because he sent his team across to meet with the palace, that he's leading it, that he's the one saying he wants to reconcile. So it means the palace kind of have to, because now the whole world knows that Harry's made this.
And what kind of father does not accept if there's an apology coming? I know Harry wanted an apology from them, but is he now prepared to make an apology to them for the damage that has been done? But what kind of father would slam the door in your son's face? That wouldn't look good for Buckingham Palace. So I think they have to have this dialogue, and it's about time.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to see how it pans out. I'm looking forward to September, because Harry will be here in September. And if they're talking about calendar dates, then back into conspiracy theories again.
Busy time in September, of course, isn't it?
Will he be here when the Trump visit happens?
Exactly.
Yes.
I would suggest that would be a date to avoid.
Yeah. That's probably what they were sitting down there on the balcony with their drink, which I hope was cordial. I hope the drink was cordial, by the way. That's my pun. Harry has been busy. So he's in Angola this week. He has been travelling around quite a lot. He was in China a couple of weeks ago. But Angola does have a special connection to Prince Harry. I'm sure you guys probably remember back in, it was 1997, just shortly before Princess Diana died. A couple of months ago, I think it was January 1997. She went there and she was campaigning for the removal, the cleaning up, the end of landmines. And there's famous pictures of her walking near the landmines that Harry has recreated and is recreating again this week. What do we think about Harry's trip to Angola? Is this a way to just get into the press again? Is it a way? Is he using his mother in any ways, or does he have serious, ideas about ending landmines?
I just didn't. I know detect a note of cynicism in your question there, Matt. But actually, I don't think that this is anything other than Harry wanting to preserve his mother's memory and to quite literally walk in her footsteps. This Halo Trust, the charity that she supported, that she went globally around the world with those images of her wearing a flak jacket and walking through a field of landmines.
Really powerful, wasn't it?
Very, very powerful image.
Valentine Low doesn't dismiss this theory. In fact, it's one of the most popular. But it's not the one he finds most convincing. Then there's the theory that the palace leaked it, perhaps to manage the narrative, appear open to reconciliation, or strategically test public reaction. It's a smart idea. The royal family is nothing if not calculated when it comes to media manipulation. But this theory comes with risks. Would the King or Prince William really want it known they're talking to Harry again? Especially after the spare fallout? Low thinks this theory is clever but unlikely. Too risky. Too controlled. So who's left? Here's where Valentine Low drops his winner. A third-party PR source, connected to Harry but acting independently. Think, someone close to the Sussex camp, a well-positioned friend.
At a time when the work that was being done in Angola wasn't getting global attention. Yeah. And for Harry now to be patron of the Halo Trust, following on from his mother, and to be able to raise awareness of the work that is still going on all these years later is really important. I think this is something that really does mean something to him. I think it means something to him. And we have to remember that the last time he was in Angola, recreating that walk in that minefield, was the tour that he and Meghan did of Southern Africa in 2019, when he was in a very bad place. That was about 2 days before he issued that bombshell statement saying that attacking the media, and the tabloid media in particular, and saying that Meghan was going to be suing the Mail on Sunday. That was an explosive thing which completely derailed what had been a very successful tour. And all that would have been, when Harry was doing the Angola visit, all that would have been going through his mind because he was about to release this statement. So it's probably quite good that he's there, hopefully in a better frame of mind. As you've just mentioned, the Mail on Sunday there, and the letter, Meghan's letter that was published in the Mail on Sunday, it brings us back to the conspiracy theories about the leak, because the Sussexes are no friends of the Mail on Sunday, which had the photo. There's a legal action going on at the moment between that group and the Sussexes. Yeah. Oh, it's just devious, isn't it? It's brilliant delving into this. The deeper you delve, the further you go. It's terrifying. Recently, early this year, Harry left Centre Bali. Obviously, there was a big Centre Bali scandal. That was
in Africa. That was one of his big Africa projects. Do we see, what do we make of his trip to Angola in the light of that he has had problems in Africa this year?
I think in general, Africa is his happy place. So I think it's good to have a visit that has an element of positivity about it and moves the focus away from Sentebale.
And stamping his name back in Africa again after what happened, maybe.
And also doing the philanthropy, which is what he wants to be focused on and what he wants us to focus on, and raising awareness of those key causes. Because, we can't underestimate the pain that he will have felt having to step down from Sentebale. Again, a charity with such connection to his mother, named after her forget-me-not, the name in honour of his mother and Prince Seeiso of Lesotho. To have had to cut ties with that means that the Halo Trust, any other charitable cause that he works with that has a connection to his mother, becomes all the more significant.
Or a cooperative journalist who can float the story without fingerprints. This way, Harry gets plausible deniability, the story gets traction, and the public narrative starts to shift toward reconciliation. It's classic spin, and Low suggests this is the most likely explanation. Not a direct leak from Harry, but a controlled proxy release. If Low is right, this leak wasn't just about informing the public, it was about influencing perception. It's a trial balloon, a way to test whether the public is ready to see Harry as a prodigal son trying to return. It frames him not as a royal rebel, but as someone trying to make peace, even if the palace isn't ready. But it also sends a warning to the royals. No matter how private the conversation, someone, somewhere, is always ready to talk.